Ronaldinho didn't just play football. He changed the meaning of joy in the sport. His smile, his rhythm, his impossible plays, he turned every stadium into a stage. But once he stepped away from the pitch, his life transformed in ways that even Hollywood wouldn't dare to imagine. From global fame to unexpected lows, from prison in Paraguay to a new life as a world-traveling celebrity, his story became bigger, stranger, and more human than anyone predicted. And today, we're diving into the full journey, the rise, the genius, the fall, the chaos, and the reinvention of one of football's most magical icons. Before we continue, if you enjoy real football stories, leave a like and subscribe to Curiosity FC. It truly helps the channel bring more videos like this one. Ronaldinho's story begins far from the bright lights of world football. Born in Porto Alegre, he grew up in a humble household where joy came not from luxury, but from the simple rhythm of a ball bouncing on concrete. From the moment he could walk, the game seemed to obey him. Coaches quickly noticed something different: a touch too soft, a vision too sharp, a creativity impossible to teach. At just 13, he scored 23 goals in a single match, a moment that echoed across Brazil and revealed the arrival of someone extraordinary. When he finally stepped onto the pitch for Grêmio's first team, the fans didn't just see a talented youngster, they felt the birth of a phenomenon. The way he dribbled, smiled, and played with pure instinct gave rise to a nickname that would follow him forever: O Bruxo, the magician. Even then, it was clear. The world had never seen anything like him. When Ronaldinho arrived at Barcelona in 2003, the club was broken, the fans were tired, and hope felt distant. But the moment he touched the ball, everything changed. He didn't just revive Barca, he electrified an entire generation. Camp Nou witnessed nights that felt supernatural. Impossible dribbles, no-look passes, free kicks that bent like poetry. In only 2 seasons, he became the face of world football, the symbol of joy, creativity, and freedom on the pitch. His performances were so breathtaking that rival fans, including the Santiago Bernabéu, stood to applaud him, something almost unthinkable. In 2005, the inevitable happened. Ronaldinho won the Ballon d'Or, officially crowned the best in the world. But more than trophies, he restored the magic to Barcelona and inspired a wave of young players, including a quiet teenager named Lionel Messi. This was the era that transformed him from a star into a global icon. At his peak, Ronaldinho didn't just play football, he radiated happiness through every touch. This was the era when defenders feared him, crowds adored him, and the world stopped to watch what he would create next. His smile became a trademark, appearing seconds before plays that felt impossible. Elastico dribbles that broke logic, passes delivered without even looking, assists that seemed to come from another dimension. Every match felt like a video game brought to life. He danced with the ball, improvising moves no coach could teach and no opponent could predict. Stadiums erupted at his creativity. Children copied his tricks in the streets, and even rival supporters couldn't help but admire him. This was Jogo Alegre, joyful football at its purest form. Ronaldinho wasn't just dominating, he was reminding the world why it fell in love with the sport in the first place. But even for a genius, the light can begin to fade. As the years passed, Ronaldinho's lifestyle started to weigh heavier than his talent. Nights grew longer, parties more frequent, and the physical demands of elite football became harder to ignore. His body slowed down. The explosiveness wasn't the same, and the brilliance that once came effortlessly started to appear in flashes instead of full games. Inside Barcelona, frustration quietly grew. Coaches demanded discipline, but Ronaldinho lived on instinct and emotion. The club, now entering a new era, felt it was time to move forward. And so, one of the most magical chapters in football came to an end. Ronaldinho left Barcelona not as a failure, but as a legend who had given everything. Yet the world sensed that the decline of a once unstoppable genius had officially begun. After leaving Barcelona, many believed Ronaldinho's magic was gone. but he wasn't finished yet. At Milan, he rediscovered flashes of brilliance, moments that reminded the world of the artist he once was. His vision sharpened, his passing regained elegance, and even without the same speed, he could decide matches with a single touch. But his true rebirth came in Brazil, with Atlético Mineiro. There, surrounded by devotion and chaos, Ronaldinho transformed into a leader the world never expected him to be. In 2013, he guided the club to its first-ever Copa Libertadores title, delivering assists, free kicks, and unforgettable moments that turned him into an instant idol. Belo Horizonte embraced him like family, and he responded with one last explosion of genius. These were the final sparks of a career that refused to fade quietly, a beautiful reminder that even in the twilight, Ronaldinho could still make football feel magical. When Ronaldinho finally stepped away from professional football, he didn't slow down. He simply changed stages. Retirement transformed him into a global celebrity, a man whose presence alone was worth thousands of dollars. He began traveling the world, appearing at luxury events, reopening stadiums, and collecting appearances that felt more like movie scenes than real life. On social media, he became a phenomenon, sharing music projects, parties, backstage moments, and his Tropa do Bruxo lifestyle with millions. He dove into esports, joined festivals, visited brands tied to NASA, and collaborated with rappers like Travis Scott. His life turned into a carousel of glamour, rhythm, and unexpected encounters. The football legend became a full-time showman, not scoring goals anymore but still captivating crowds everywhere he went. In 2020, Ronaldinho faced the most shocking chapter of his post-football life, one nobody could have predicted. After entering Paraguay with a falsified passport, he and his brother were arrested and placed in detention just days before the world shut down for the pandemic. With borders closed and visits suspended, the isolation became intense. Legal battles piled up, appeals were denied, and the global media covered every detail of the surreal situation. Yet even inside prison, Ronaldinho remained unmistakably himself. Videos of him smiling, signing autographs, and playing in a prison football tournament, where he famously scored goals and assisted teammates, spread across the world. After months of uncertainty, he was finally released on bail. The episode became a turning point, a reminder that even legends can fall into chaos and that Ronaldinho's life would always be stranger than fiction. After leaving Paraguay, Ronaldinho stepped back into the world with the same energy that defined his career, unpredictable, magnetic, and irresistibly charismatic. He entered a new phase that fans now call the era of random appearances. One day he was at the World Cup final in Russia, playing percussion on a giant drum. The next, he was dressed as a Jedi in a beer commercial inspired by Star Wars. He popped up at brand events, music studios, movie sets, stadium, reopenings, and even factory tours connected to NASA. Each appearance went viral because nobody ever knew where he would show up next, or in what costume. Ronaldinho became a folkloric figure in football, a global icon who wandered through cultures, countries, and situations with the same joyful freedom he once showed on the pitch. It wasn't about trophies anymore, it was about living life as only he could. In the years after football, Ronaldinho didn't just remain famous. He became a brand of his own. Clubs he once played for pay massive appearance fees just to bring him back for a ceremony or anniversary. International events compete for his presence, knowing that a single smile or gesture from him can light up an entire crowd. Online, his influence is even bigger. Millions follow his travels, music sessions, and the unmistakable vibe of his Tropa do Bruxo lifestyle. Ronaldinho collaborates with artists, joins studio sessions, films commercials, and embraces the digital world with surprising ease. One of his most iconic modern moments came alongside American rapper Travis Scott, blending football, music, and pop culture into a single viral interaction. Today, Ronaldinho is more than an ex-player. He's a global showman, a living brand that moves effortlessly between sports, entertainment, and the digital universe. For all the chaos, fame, and unpredictable twists in Ronaldinho's life, nothing speaks louder about his legacy than his family, especially his son, João Mendes. In one of the most symbolic moments of recent football history, João signed with Barcelona, the very club where his father enchanted the world. It felt like a circle closing, a passing of the torch from one generation to the next. João grew up watching the magic, but now he carries the responsibility of a name that changed football forever. For Ronaldinho, this wasn't just pride. It was proof that his influence extends far beyond highlights and trophies. His joy, his style, his freedom on the pitch shaped a future that now lives inside his own family. Whether João becomes a star or not, the message is clear. The legacy of the Bruxo continues, not just in football history, but in blood, memory, and the dreams of a new generation. And that's the story, the magic, the chaos, and the legacy of Ronaldinho Gaúcho. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to subscribe to Curiosity FC and join us for more real football stories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, appearing on your screen right now.